Is a celebration so outlandish that it nearly sparked a world war? One so ridiculous that a complete squad was barred from entering a stadium? Whoa! These are the 8 football celebrations that are prohibited. And wait till you see what Ronaldo did that nearly got him kicked out of the Champions League. Welcome back to another exciting video from SUPERINFOHIVE. Today's video is about 8 banned celebrations in football. Before we start the video, please like, subscribe, and press the bell icon. Number 1. First and foremost, Richarlison scored a goal and planned to set fire to a stadium. Here's how it works. When he was at Everton, where Charlotte's song was a smoke, he was scoring goals and became an important member of the team. And after scoring the game-winning goal against Chelsea, he grew so ecstatic that he went above and above the norm by doing this. I won't lie, it looked quite cool. Unfortunately for Richarlison, the English FA was not impressed, and he was soon on the ropes. They labeled this as improper misconduct, and once Richarlison agreed to the charge, he was fined $25,000 and prohibited from playing for 1 game. Number 2. That's almost as insane as Robbie Fowler getting inebriated on live television. Robbie Fowler was furious going into the 1995 Merseyside Derby. For months, Everton fans had accused him of using banned substances to give his game a boost. And Fowler was sick of having to explain and defend himself. So, just after he opened the scoring, he mocked him. Whoa! Gerard Houllier, Fowler's manager, stepped out to explain the celebration was just a dance copy. But, man, you're not deceiving anyone. Fowler's joy was out of this world. As a result, the FA slapped him with a 4-game suspension and a $50,000 fine. Number 3. But, unlike Georgie's Katie Dis, Fowler did not have to pay with his career. Katie Dis was a member of AIK Athletics. He scored the game-winning goal against Faria NFC in the Greek Super League. Seedorf was poed for this one, and after taking off his shirt, you'd think that was the end of the person. But he had one more party planned that would cost him everything. Guys, back in the day, this celebration was a special homage to Adolf Hitler. And if you're unfamiliar with this man, let's just say he slaughtered over 10 million people and began World War II. So, shortly after Katie Dis did this, everyone, including his followers, went crazy. The fans of AEK Athens refused to support Katie Dis and his conduct. When the Greek FA became involved, Katie Dis was barred from participating in any sporting activity in Greece for the rest of his life. What a depressing way to end your career. If you're going to perform a particular salute, I recommend researching it before the game. Number 4. You don't want to wind up like Katie Dis or Nicolas Anelka. Anelka returned to the Premier League in 2013, signing with West Brom, but his first few months were abysmal. See, Anelka finally scored his first goal against West Ham in December, and to celebrate, he wanted to make a big statement and relieve some of the strain, but he somehow made it worse. Guys, that sign right there is known as a canal, and it is anti-Semitic. It was also a nod to the Nazis in the early 1990s. Anelka claimed he was simply imitating his friend and French comic didn't, but the English FA didn't see it. Perceive it that way, and he was banned for 5 months. Westboro later terminated Anelka's contract, and he retired a few months later. Anelka wasn't as fortunate as his former colleagues Didier Drogba and Salman Kalou, who almost supported jail time for his support of a prisoner. Number 5. Chelsea defeated Middlesbrough 2-0 in 2008, yet the result was not even the main headline. See, both Drogba and Kalou scored, and their celebrations caused heated controversy. They're both from the Ivory Coast, and the Ivorian authorities had recently released popular campaigner Antoine Assail from prison. So Drogba and Kalou's celebrations appear to be in support of his release. To make matters worse, the Football Association had already banned Ipswich Town's David Norris for the identical gesture. So Drogba and Kalou were both aware that they were in a critical scenario. Fortunately for them, the FA accepted their explanation and did not file charges. So they were let off the hook, and none of them have performed this goal move since. They should have just kept dancing, but even that is no longer safe. Number 6. Don't take my word for it, asked Carlos Tevez. River Plate vs. Boca Juniors was the most heated match in South American football in 2004. The game was tense until 20-year-old Carlos Tevez came on and scored in the 88th minute, sending Boca fans wild. Tevez was most likely caught up in all the emotions, guy. At first, he removed his shirt and performed a dance that nearly caused a riot. No way was he referring to the River Plate team as chickens. Tevez was sent off for his celebration, which the referee interpreted as insulting his opponents. It was also unprofessional. And, despite having another legendary dance on FIFA, Tevez has avoided the chicken dance ever since. You might not be able to dance your way out of every situation. Vinicius Jr. had to learn the hard way after his dance caused the whole squad to be barred from entering a stadium. Number 7. Vini was still representing his local Flamengo in 2018 as they traveled to Botafogo in the Brazilian city. They won the game by a score of 3-1, courtesy of Vini's late goal. But he wasn't thinking clearly when he went to celebrate, because what happened next was a ticking time bomb waiting to go off. This crybaby celebration means a lot to Botafogo fans, and it's also heartbreaking. A bunch of Botafogo players were observed publicly crying following several severe officiating decisions in a match they lost in 2008, and as a result, they no longer make fun of any crying motions. So, when Vini accomplished this feat, they decided to deal with the entire club. Flamengo was scheduled to play Boa Vista in the Guanabara Cup final on Flamengo's turf. However, the club denied them and prohibited them from utilizing it. That could have been prevented, just as Bender could have avoided spending $100,000 for a crazy. Number 8. At the very least, they weren't threatening to kick him out of a competition, as Ronaldo and UEFA did in the 2018-19 UEFA Champions League. In the round of 16, Ronaldo was attempting to help his Juventus squad defeat his former adversaries at Atletico Madrid. The first leg did not go as expected because they were defeated by a score of 2-1. And it was a nightmare for Ronaldo. Ju fans continued to insult him. Worse, Atletico Madrid's Diego Simeone had a special message for Ronaldo and his teammates shortly after they opened the scoring. Ronaldo was resolved to exact his vengeance, and in the second leg, he stepped up a notch, put on a show, and scored a hat trick to knock Atleti out 3-2. But Ronaldo wasn't done yet. Right after scoring his third goal, he remembered what Simeone had done in Madrid, and he knew it was revenge time. But, UEFA was also watching the back and forth between Simeone and Ronaldo. As a result, they were both fined $28,000 and charged with inappropriate behavior. UEFA even threatened to ban Ronaldo from the quarterfinals, but luckily for him, the charges were withdrawn. Ronaldo and Simeone are unlikely to make this transfer anytime soon. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more exciting content.